And now it is my honor to invite the first team to do their big reveal, the team from LISC.
Thank you, Mr. Parvez, and good afternoon, everyone. I am Asrafi Yesmin. Me and my team are going to present our project, Mapping the Great Wealth Transfer to Women. So first of all, let's see what statistics says about homeowner based on gender. So according to Pew Research in 2022, among 35.2 million homes, 58% are owned by single women, including widows. So a large amount of women inherits house. But often, they do without legal documentation. So let's see how it looks like in real life with a story. Though the story is fictional, the issue is based on real life scenarios that a lot of homeowners faced in our city. So the story is about Miss Gloria. She lives in her house that she inherits from her parents. So she living there for decades. She's raising her family there, but unfortunately, her name was never on the deed. So now she wants to pass that house to her two children. But without legal documentation, she might not be able to do that. So that is where our partner, LISC, comes in. So they actually focused on equity and opportunity to protecting the generational wealth to secure families like Miss Gloria, and they can secure their houses and pass to their next generation. They invested 29.7 billion nationwide to this initiative. And LISC Jacksonville chapter, they invested 132 million in our local community to secure the housing and stability of homeowners. So let's go back to our story about Miss Gloria. So we can see the pattern here. So many women like Gloria hold the property informally. So here the risk comes in. Without documentation, the wealth is at risk. So now the question, or the wicked problem we can say, how do we identify the affected homeowners like Miss Gloria? Our project is actually aiming for that, so that families like Miss Gloria's, they can secure their wealth and pass it to their future generation. So that's why we need strong data sources. And now I'm going to pass the mic to my teammate Kushal, and he's going to walk you through all the data sources and methodology. Thank you.
Okay, thank you, Asrafi. Now, these are the four main data sources we have used in our project. The first one is the property data, which contains all partial level information of the property, like the partial ID and the property owner name and the property address, and the tax data. That to know this, we have performed the web scraping on the property appraiser office website and extracted the taxable value from it. But what is our main wicked problem is focused on? It is great women wealth transfer. For this, we need the gender of the property owners, but we don't have any kind of gender information in our property data. So while we are discussing this problem with some of our mentors, and one of our mentors gave a big idea that the voter registration data contains the individual level demographic information of the persons. So he have also provided us the most recent data set of the voter registration, which is year of 2024, and the census data, which contains the area and the neighborhood level demographic information and the income of the householder of the property. Then here comes the methodology. Firstly, we have begun with matching the voter registration data and the partial information. By we have extracted the tax. We have extracted the gender from the voter registration data and we have joined to the partial information. And we have calculated the tax by using the taxable value which we have web scraped from the property appraiser office website and the millage rate of the city. And then for the unmatched data, we have used some machine learning models to have the gender by using the property owner name. And the integration of the census data I have done after all this. And by using all this data, we have created the Tableau dashboard. And here comes a big challenge. How we are going to match the voter registration data and the property data? When we are thinking about how to match the voter registration data and partial data, we see the two columns as similar in both the data sets. One is the name and the address. And when we looked in the name column in the property data, we have seen that it has ended with some of the legal terms like estate, life estate, and the family trust kind of things. So we have removed all the legal terms and then we splitted the name into first, last, and the middle name. And then when we looked into the address column, it is two different in both the data sets. So first we used the US address package to do it in the same format, and then we trying to match the voter registration data and the partial information. And then we pulled the gender column in the voter registration data and joined to the partial information. We finally by this process, we have matched almost 15,982 genders from the voter registration data. Thank you. Now I am inviting the Faisal to join with us.
Thank you, Kushal. Now let's delve deeper into the matched parcel and the gender information that we already have extracted from here. So from our merged data, we can see that we have gender information about 15,982. And among them, we can also see 8,322 are male, 7,416 are female, and rest of them are unknown. That's great, but here still comes the new challenge. We still have 17,984 unmatched parcel. Those parcel we could not connect with the voter data. So here comes the big question, what to do or how can we know their gender? That's where our help comes. We searched and some methodology. We went for methodology that can help us in predicting gender using name, specifically first name or full name. So here comes the paid model API that gives us the projection of gender using names. But they have some serious issues, like they are limited to number of requests per day or per month, and they are costly. So we wanted to make a model that will help LISC and LISC Jax about such kind of help that can free flow their data and it would be secured. So we found a free model that is GenderR. So what is GenderR and how it works? GenderR is a free model that works based on first name, and you can see though its accuracy seems 86%, a little bit less than those paid model, but when we validate it with our own 15,982 parcel data that we have gender information, we saw that we have almost 94% accuracy now. So you can see there is a boost up of accuracy in GenderR model. So here what happens is that our GenderR model, it is mainly trained on the basis of US Social Security Administration data. And we are working with the data that is level up with parcel data and the voter data. So here is the case that we have much match and correlation between the data and the model. That's why the accuracy of GenderR increases. So we decided to make our model with GenderR, and here you can see now we have 17,984 unmatched parcel. So for this unmatched parcel, we predicted the gender. So according to GenderR, now we can see we have male 8,852, female 7,810, and rest of them are unknown. So now we have gender for the whole data set, that is 33,000 parcels. Now what we need to do? Now the next part card, that is data integration. Now we integrate our property data with gender, age, and the census data. Not working. Yeah. So now we merged our property data, gender, age, and census data according to parcel number, so that we can have a master data file. This master data file will include all of this data and make a leverage on our data set so that we can have all the information together for our analysis. Thank you, everyone. Now I would like to include Sneha to come and show our final product. Thank you.
Thank you, Faisal. Now, by using this process data, we developed two targeted dashboards. One is zip code level dashboard and the other one is census demographic dashboard. Zip code level dashboard helps us identify the housing patterns and pinpoint areas in the dual county which might fall under higher risk property issue. Census demographic dashboard helps us identify the neighborhoods which might need the help based on demographics and housing pattern characteristics. Now I'll walk you through a data-driven visualization approach we used to identify and prioritize the areas in the dual county. Now let's get into the Tableau demo. We have developed a targeted dashboard. We have developed this interactive Tableau dashboard with the count of parcels and housing patterns. Now let's break down this heat map by gender and home type. Let's select female. Upon the selection of female, we'll be able to see the count of parcels across the zip codes. Now let's break down this by home type. We can select any home type which are required. Now let's select single family home. Single family home, just single family home. Yeah. Now based on this selection, now we'll be able to see the concise count of parcels and in this category across the zip codes. Now let's focus on two zip codes, 32218 and 32209. Upon the selection, now we'll be able to see the exact count of parcels which are owned by women and which are under higher risk issues. Now we can also see the calculated tax and taxable value in the top right corner getting adjusted based on our selection criteria. So with this level of interaction, now LISC should be able to identify the zip codes and neighborhoods which might really need the help. And it will also help them focus their resources and time and work with the local service providers to help the homeowners and stabilize the neighborhoods. Now let's get back to the PPT. Here are the few key findings. Based on the voter data and gender R model, we are able to find the female-owned properties. We have also incorporated census data and provided the demographic profiles to LISC to help them in marketing and educational planning. With all this data, we were now able to identify the targeted zip codes which may fall under higher risk property issue. Coming to the recommendations, here when we are doing the project, we found that few of the homeowners are not aware of the tax exemptions. Now, we would recommend LISC to identify the properties through the dashboard and help the homeowners to work and apply to the tax exemptions which they are really qualified for. Campaignings can be done based on the selection of the targeted zip codes. And finally, coming to the when we are trying to see the property appraisal office data, we found sale history. Now, we recommend LISC to identify and do some analysis on sale data, which will help them analyze the long-held properties which might fall under higher risk consultation. So, after doing all this, in this project, we observed that how public data helps to maintain the local community wealth and help the future generations to thrive in the homes they love to live. Thank you.